and change DMs for a spooky session. Well, we are live.
Welcome back to Mischief at Witchlight. I am Jarn, your host, and joining me today are Kari, Fish, and Callum. How y'all doing today?
Yeah,
Doing great.
Yeah, doing well.
we live.
All right, you guys ready to make some mischief?
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
All right, so what do you guys remember from last week?
Last week we trekked in past the junction to make it into this area called
Downfall.
yeah.
We made it here to Downfall, discovered that we need to talk to King Gullop the 19th. We found this place on this particular building on fire. One of the kobolds summoned an imp. The imp caught all of the living coal for us because I didn't want anyone to kill it because they were using it as a source of fuel because it's a very wet and cold area. That's everything.
Yep, that sounds like last session, all right. All right, so you all are all still in the ruins of the tower. And the closet's still just, I don't remember whether or not it got dismissed, so it's still around.
Hi, it's Quasit.
Yep.
Here's a real question. Is that a timed summon or a permanent summon?
I'd say it's gonna act like a familiar in that it's there until you dismiss it.
Cool. So I've got 2 familiars now.
What was the other one?
Parsers is also a closet.
My
I think.
actual familiar.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's technically a sprite.
House is familiar and Relt's familial.
I'm now more than half the action economy here.
Yes, you are. No, you're exactly
Okay.
half the action economy.
Yes, I am. Never mind. Exactly half.
Though to be fair, the kobold kids don't have much to do in combat, so...
No, but they can bite.
That is true. I did give them that action. Alright.
And they can cry.
Yep.
And
Fun
they can
fact.
run away.
Fun fact, falling prone is a free action. So is crying. So in theory, any character could fall to the ground at any time and have a good cry, and there's nothing anyone could do about it.
I will bear that in mind.
No, there is something that people can do about it. They can hold person.
That is true. Alright, so... You are all still in the ruins of the burned out tower. What do you guys want to do?
Be worried about this?
Not all of them. What else is there to be worried about? Well, I mean, we didn't get all of them, but they are now all in our possession.
Yes, we have them in the bucket.
Pot.
The bucket was a wooden pail, wasn't it?
No, in my cooking pot, remember?
Ah, in the cooking pot.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
I was very
because
specific about that.
Because a wooden pail would likely catch fire.
Yeah. Even though the wooden pail's probably super wet, enough of those things would definitely burn it. So in my cooking pot, which is now very hot,
Yep, perfect for soups.
I'd want to clean it out first.
Soup
you
does
cook,
not
yeah.
make for a good soup.
Soot and charcoal are not fun to find in your soup. So, good bullywugs, where do you want these? And I give the pot a shake.
You feel them you feel the living coals squirm in there a little bit as they don't really like being shaken too much.
Sorry, there's living things in there. Where do you want these things?
Okay. Well, we probably ought to bring them back to Bavlorna's cauldron. We'll make sure that gets returned to you. If you'll just hand it off.
I'd rather not. It's my pot.
I see. Well, you'll have to go through everything to see Bavlorna. You'll likely have to see the court, so
I will hold on to it for now, and return it to her directly.
I see. Well, you'll probably want to go across the bridge then.
Very well. The bridge is...
Here.
They're down the stairs, out the door, and out the door, down the stairs. That works too. Just go around the tower, and you'll see the bridge.
Alright, well...
Don't wander off into the fog. It's easy to get
Around the
lost.
tower. How much tower is even left?
We'll work on that.
Okay. We'll pretend
You
it's
lot,
tower.
get back to fixing that balloon.
Yes, I don't think we'll continue traipsing through here. And I will just back out. And around. Okay. I've secured our meeting with Bavlorna.
Excellent.
After all, nobody wants to part with their good cooking pot.
Of course.
I would if I had one, but I'm afraid I didn't.
Whoops. Okay, that guy's actually supposed to be right
Okay.
there.
There we go.
As you approach the bridge, you see a figure sitting on it. You see its feet dangling, just sort of kicking the legs casually.
Figure?
Oh, so are you
What
going to
does that
join
figure
us?
look like?
And then, Joker, you hear this, you see these heads on spikes, and you hear one call out, "Oh, come on, I can't hear you!" They are bullywug heads.
In the water?
Yeah. On
Looking to-
spikes. Spikes into the water.
Oh. Oh, the frog heads on the spikes are talking.
Yes, that seems most unusual.
Anyways, what does the figure that's on the bridge look like?
Well, it appears to be humanoid of a sort. It doesn't seem to have a head, though. And in place of it is a hollow gourd. It's kind of askew. The gourd turns towards you, and you hear this rattling noise. Clinking noise. Oh, I'm sorry you had to see me like this. I'm assuming you're wanting to cross.
Yes, please.
Well, of course they're wanting to cross. Straw for brains. What else would you do on a bridge? Unless you're you. Now, be nice. Yes, at your service. I apologize, I'm not quite myself. I'm missing my head. Most glorious stag's skull. Really would like to get that back. Don't like this, and he knocks on the gourd.
That
Here's
isn't.
a hollow
You
thumb.
think you can find it just by sitting here?
I've heard of someone losing their head before, but it's normally a bit more to do with anger. Less literal.
Yes. How did you lose the head in the first place?
Hang on. Well, Herongon stole it. Oh, yeah. To be fair, he looks like that. I've actually got a picture.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry?
Yes, Herongon stole it. One of those brigands. Had a blue scarf.
Sorry?
Ah, yes. We've run into a number of those brigands.
Likely it's in Pavlona's treasure room. Everything seems to go back to her.
It does. We were heading in that direction anyway.
Oh, you're about to see Pavlona?
That's one word for it, yes.
Give her an old wallop for her, say.
We shall pass the message on.
Oh, please. You know we wouldn't be here if it weren't for her. Oh, what are you talking about?
So, these heads, they're...
Are you asking the DM or are you asking Clapperclaw?
I am positing the question to the heads.
Oh. Why, we are the former royalty of the Bullywug Court. That one over there had my head cut off, and so on and so forth.
Wow. A surprising number of you have been decapitated, it looks like.
It sounds like being Bullywug royalty is, a dangerous profession.
I'll say. Yeah.
One could say it is
Yes,
quite cutthroat.
You hear
Awful.
you hear a series of laughter throughout them. Yes, newest king is probably one of the weakest ones yet. I can't imagine he won't last a week with this coup in the works.
A coup? Oh, from the other bullywugs?
Well, yes, what were you expecting? That fairy dragon?
You never know.
Well,
Could be a particularly angry crab.
yes, I've heard of those. Rather difficult to take down. Far too much shell. Those pincers, no offense meant to Clapperclaw. None taken.
Huh? Oh, you're Clapperclaw?
Yes, Joker, that's why
He never introduced himself. He was just whining on a bridge.
when I said in a questioning tone, Clapperclaw, and he said, yes, nice to meet you. That might have been a
All you heard
clue.
is whining, to be honest.
There were context clues, man. Get them.
Yes, in retrospect, that was obvious. I definitely knew that as well.
Well, I don't want to assume things, but you are aptly named, might I add. I mean, do you even really need that skull back? I mean, your claws are your most defining trait.
I would say a stag head would be a more imposing figure than a gourd.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Probably
Do you
quite,
need to be imposing?
probably quite horrifying to come upon you in through the fog. Right now, you. No offense is intended, but you look kind of goofy.
None taken. I feel kind of goofy.
Yes, let's get you back to being a.
Menace? Is that what he wants to be? A menace?
Well, he wants his head back. Would you not want your head back if someone took it?
I feel like I couldn't ask for my head back if someone took it.
Looking at the bullywugs, you might be able to.
Yes, how does that work? I was of the impression that heads were needing to be attached to bodies to function.
Well, I'm not a natural being like you. I'm somewhat artificial, you know. Scarecrow. Wasn't exactly born.
Yes, but the bullywug heads beside you, they still seem to be somewhat functional.
He just
Much
sort
more
of waves.
conversational than other heads I've seen in the past.
He just sort of waves his claws. Magic.
Ah,
Grab a
Very
clue.
well.
Our friend here is also a construct of sorts. And that was quite an amusing thing to say.
yes, though I
Right.
do believe that much of my processing is stored in my head. I'd rather not try experimenting with removing it. Where's Jaxie at this point? Is she listening to this?
She's basically
Okay,
glued
cool.
to your leg.
Yep. Head is definitely necessary.
Is it?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
How upset would you be if you woke up without your head?
If I woke up without my head, I wouldn't be at all upset, as it would mean that I was wrong and that it wasn't necessary. But I am quite sure that it is.
Yeah, but what if only your head wakes up?
Well, of course, there's, young Kobold. There's also the thought that maybe he doesn't actually sleep.
I don't know.
Do you need to sleep, Clapperclaw?
No.
Oh, well,
Wow.
question answered.
Yes, that
So,
must
yeah,
be rather convenient.
Also, for reference here, he's about as tall as you are.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
he's
3 feet tall.
He's short like
so he's
us.
3 feet tall right now, but he's 5 feet when he has his proper head.
If you want to count antlers as
If I
your
count
part of the
ears, so I
height.
count antlers.
Yeah, that's logical.
Gotta count every bit. Well, sounds like you're wanting to see Golpup the 19th.
I thought it was Gullup.
You're right,
It is the 19th.
Yes, I do suppose we need to speak to a supposedly incompetent king.
Yes.
An incompetent king is still a king. So we should still move on with all due respect.
Yes, absolutely.
Although it does sound like his head will be rendered from his body due to regicide in a not too far away point in time.
I'd be surprised if they want to keep his head with how unfavorably they see him.
Well, I'd assume that that all of these were also seen unfavorably.
Are there 18
Yes.
heads here along the bridge? Or just a handful?
Sorry?
Are there 18 heads along this bridge or just a handful?
There are quite a few heads.
So a multiple of 3?
What you see on the map is only a small representation of how many there are. There's several rows of them. So there's not just 18, there's several, rows of them. It's possible,
They disappear into the fog.
yes. I thought I had the fog animation going on like this.
No. Yes? Maybe?
Oh well,
Is it moving?
doesn't matter.
I can't tell if it's moving or not.
It
Should be if I.
It might be stationary but playing an optical illusion on me.
That's an option as well.
No, it's moving.
Okay.
Not on my screen.
Okay, so there's thick fog and then there's little wisps of fog that move around.
Yes, the little wisps are, in fact, there. Oy.
So, Clapperclaw, have you tried to talk to Balvorna, or does she shut her door to you too?
I wouldn't dare.
You wouldn't dare talk to her?
No, I only just escaped from Skabatha. Why would I throw myself into the teeth of danger again?
Who's Gabatha?
One of the other members of the Coven. Do keep your memory intact, please.
Oh, Skabatha. Yes. Skabatha Nightshade. Bavlorna doesn't trust her. Hates her too. Not sure why they decided to work together. Oh, please. Yeah. Things got so much worse after you took the throne. I beg your pardon, I made improvements where you couldn't. You just hear that this bickering about who had best kingdom break out.
Oh my god. Can we hide on Pade's frog heads or something? They don't add anything.
Like, oh yeah, frog politics. We don't really need to hear it.
You hear
Jeez.
something from the back. Make the swamp great again!
Oh my god.
Next thing you know, they're going to be starting to talk about building a wall to keep the herring going out.
Yes, and draining the swamp and all sorts of things. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's not enough room for everyone on the to show everyone who's actually on this island, but these are the main players here. So
Oh wait,
Crab
see, if
Claw
your
gets
memory's
up and
right, who's the third one of the? Who's the third one then? Belvona,
Alright.
Scabatha, and
Endolin Moongrave.
Yes, but have we
So
actually
it's,
been told that before?
I'm pretty. I thought I brought it up.
Should have. Wanna recall.
Right.
Was covered.
it wasn't Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, right? They were only basically talking about.
No, we'd only. As far as my notes show, therefore T's memories show we hadn't learned the name of the third one.
Okay. Huh. Thought I told you guys.
Ah, sweet. As we're crossing the bridge, I'll actually just ask Clapperclaw who the third member is so that we get the name.
Sure.
Ah, the Hourglass Coven. Florina Blightclaw, Scabatha, and Endolin Moongrave.
And which one controls Thither and
Yond.
Yond?
Thither is ruled by Scabatha.
Which means
Yon
Endolin
is
is
ruled
Yond.
by Endolin.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That makes. Hither, and of course Belfauna is Hither.
Have you met all three of them before?
Not all of them. I tend to only go between hither and thither.
What's wrong with
There are others.
Yond?
Not really my sort of place.
Why do you avoid it?
If you think this place is bad, you should try there. Of course, there are those who are not afraid to go there either.
What's the overall threat of Yond then?
It's just not a
You seem
pleasant
to be
place.
avoiding the question.
It's not a pleasant place for one such as I.
Is it because it's on fire?
Sorry?
Is it on fire? That's the only thing I can think scarecrows are afraid of.
There are things other than fire that maybe one should be afraid of.
Things that nullify magic, perhaps?
I wouldn't go that far, but
Phew! Seeing as 2/3 of our party are white skilled magic users, that would be a horrifying place for us to go, if it were.
Yes, I'm much held together by magic. I don't think I like the sound of such places.
And what of Thither? What's its overall threat?
thither is forest. Come on, load. Load, darn you.
It's mostly forest. Weren't we told Hither used to be foresty before all the water kept pouring on it?
Forest and grasslands and very pleasant place.
Pleasant. anything like Agdon's group of bandits there, by chance?
They wouldn't have dared back in the days of Sibilna.
Yes, but it's not the days of Sibilna now, is it?
No, no, it's not.
Great, you made him sad. Well, he was already sad, I guess. Anyways, we're looking for an audience for Belvonia right now. How about we try to negotiate for your goal, and you can meet us in between? How does that sound?
I seriously doubt Bavlorna would ever give up a treasure once she has it. Willingly, anyways.
Noted.
Not.
No,
I seriously doubt she'd even give up that unicorn horn she has. Uses it as a poker. A poker.
Joko, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a powerful item.
Huh? A poker? Just
A unicorn horn.
here. Oh, yeah.
It's certainly a powerful
Probably.
creature. It makes sense.
It's not coming to me. There's some sort of potion that's made with one. I'm not sure.
Yes, but she's just using it as a poker for now,
Yes, that's.
so it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but
And I'm assuming
it's...
she. Well, I'm assuming the unicorn is deceased. Ugh. Horrid. Yes, we may be able to change some of the fortunes for you, Clapperclaw. We won't speak too loudly of it right now, but some of your fortunes may change in the not too distant future.
Well, that would be most appreciated. Now then. His Majesty King Gullup the 19th awaits. This guy, come on, move you. Not that far.
So, who
Okay.
wants to deal with the Frog King?
Okay, so
Joker, Passer? Which one?
I guess I'll talk to him.
all right. So you arrive at a grand marble gazebo on top of a mound of soggy earth. It's made of white stone and it's streaked with algae. Supporting pillars have sunk into the muck. It's all kind of askew. I make it sound so grand beforehand. It probably once was. You see a bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers. Scene looks kind of like this, though probably slightly more grand and also decadent.
I don't know what I was expecting, but that seems to be appropriate.
Okay. You see him take a bit of dried meat and toss it to that little baby crocodile there. Sort of snaps it up. You see a few of the guards stand to attention. They've got their hands on their weapons. And you see some rather pompous-looking bullywugs sort of standing around. You know, chatting and eating from platters of insects.
Does this look like they're having a meeting or they're having a ball?
This appears to...
More like this is just... go ahead.
This appears to be a moment of decadence.
It's kind of almost seems like a normal
Like a
Tuesday in
normal time?
court.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll perception. Let's see what you all see here.
Not a lot.
Where's my...
Okay.
Well, I just decided
Alright,
that I am
so-
Jaxie Auntie.
That is fortunate. T, you see a book on his lap, and he sort of drums his finger against it. He does not look very happy.
I will go up to the unhappy frogman and just whisper to him what seems to be the problem.
Probably because we're interrupting their meal. Can't believe they brought us over here while they're still eating.
Oops, wrong button. What? You see one of the guards. You dare approach the king?
We do, though no insult is intended.
Well, I doubt you could really help. Well, greetings all, and he nods towards Rel to your majesty.
Rel sort of looks quite shocked at you. And he's sort of looking to the others as if he's no idea what's going on.
Oh my gosh, Mel, I didn't know you were a prince. Why did you say so?
Neither did I.
Wow, Jaxie, I didn't know we were traveling with a prince.
Yeah, you? Fuck! Of course we are. He is very
no wonder
humble,
he
though.
keeps... Oh, no wonder he keeps getting trapped. Because he's a prince. Those kinds of folks always get caught.
Don't talk about that. Look,
So, I apologize. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, you know. This, yes. So they say, anyways. Even one made of lilies such as mine. Now, you ask what is the matter? Well, some bad news recently.
Bad news of what kind?
It's personal. You are seeking to see Bavlorna, I'm assuming. No one else comes this way.
Yes, that is correct.
And we are even being good enough to bring back her cooking fire.
I see. Would you mind returning something else as well for me?
Of course.
Well... Okay, well, there is one small problem. You see, only members of the Soggy Court are allowed to speak with Bavlorna. You may join, of course.
Soggy
Then
core.
yes, we would like to join then, please.
Yes, Joker, they're clearly not dry.
Yeah.
That would
I
be...
couldn't think of a better. Soggy is the best adjective they can come up with.
They're bullywugs, that's a good thing for them.
Well, and you there, bring them to, give them some proper attire. This is, quite unseemly. And the little ones, too, see that they're fed.
Your Majesty, if it wouldn't be too much of an imposition, if the young prince and his retainers could remain with you while we speak with Belvana?
Prince, why? That is the Witchlight Monarch I am looking at.
Yes, but he is quite young, is he not?
He is, yes. So
And
you
even a
wish us
prince is a monarch of a sort?
of a sort, I suppose. I suppose things can be arranged. As long as they're not too much trouble.
He turns to the kobolds and just gives the gimlet eye. They will not be any trouble, will they?
No, Miss T, we're on. Go on.
Oh, you don't have to worry about anything, Ralph. You're royalty. Your word is law.
They will, of
Isn't
course.
that right, Mr. Scape?
They will, of course, behave themselves.
Excellent. I'd hate to see one of them taken to the castle, to Zibilla. I'm sure they'd be treated well there, of course. It's more of a rescue than anything, but still.
Yes, it would be. We'd be failing in our duties if anything untoward happened to them.
Yes, we shall take brief custody of them. Now, no time to waste. She'll tell you more of this favor once you're properly attired. Right this way. See a rather courtly looking bullywug sort of bow in front of you and sort of do one of those gestures. He's got one of those wigs on the top of his head with the little white ponytails. Looks quite foppish and ridiculous.
Oh, drats, I suppose I have to take my hat off, don't I?
Well, I'm sure we can find something.
No, it's quite alright. She takes it off and ears just spring straight up. Like,
All right. So he brings you three, and you. Over to here.
And she remembers that she keeps one of her daggers under the hat and just slowly brings it down and puts it away in a bag.
Okay. So, what clothes do they give you all?
Well,
They're giving us fancy clothes.
how
Well,
moth-blown are they?
Some of them seem quite old. They're very, well, foppish is a good word for it. Just very old-fashioned fancy, you know, big ruffle collars and all that. Very impractical, too.
Practical.
Parser will take a collar and little else.
These are excellent for hiding weapons in. And other knickknacks. Ruffles. Such a good way to disguise malfeasance.
Now you're giving me character ideas.
Why do you think these sleeves are so big?
Fair enough. All right. While you're in there, Joker, you see this cup being placed on your, by a table. I'm just gonna separate you guys into the 3 rooms here because we've got 3 rooms. Joker, what kind of clothes, did Joker end up with?
he would have gone for something dual colored for himself to match his own dual coloredness, and something
Alright.
with a floofy neck frill and also floofy wrist frills.
All right. Joker, you see a cup being placed on the on a table nearby. It's got a there's a platter, there's a cup, there's a pitcher. Granted, it's probably not full of anything particularly good smelling or bullywugs, you know.
Actually, all of the clothing would be of small size, wouldn't it?
It would be.
So,
If it's us, so what does Parser get?
exactly.
Well,
that is the problem.
Parser, what what do you think happened with your outfit?
He'd take a ruffled collar and maybe a cloak if he can find one. It might be a bit short on him, but that's what he'll go for.
Okay. All right, and T, what do your clothes? I think actually I already asked you that.
I didn't actually answer. But yes, I'll be going through finding just the oddest mishmash of stuff that I can find. And if I can, a scarf or something to just loop around. Just to give us the barest hint of who is coming to speak with her.
Okay. Okay, this is actually the music that's supposed to be playing.
If I can find a blue scarf.
Are you trying to look your dad?
Let me roll a die here.
Mind games, Joker. Mind games.
You can just find a scarf and we can just color it blue.
I don't have dye. Do you have dye?
That also takes time. Okay, you find one that's, you know, just a shade darker than your father's and quite a bit shorter.
This works.
I mean, his is absolutely long, but
Yeah. I'm not trying to duplicate his appearance, merely play a little bit of mind game.
I could also summon illusions to replicate it more closely.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect.
okay. So, so appropriately attired. Joker, do you check out the goblet that was placed nearby?
There's a goblet and there's a plate.
There's a platter with a goblet and a pitcher on it. Pitcher, not Pict. URE.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
What's in the pitcher? I just...
You give it a sniff, and it's tepid water.
Just tepid water?
Yep.
I pick up the pitcher, then pour some in the goblet.
Oh, Joker,
you
probably
see
don't drink that.
You see a piece of paper in there that is now getting quite soaked. It looks like there was a message.
Alright, I fish the paper out of water. Let me see if I can still read it.
Well, thankfully, only part of the message was ruined. Let me get that again. Okay. You find what languages does
Common and Draconic.
Joker know? Okay.
That's it.
This isn't a language you don't know. Go ahead and roll. And now I've got to remember what game we're playing. Because while I'd like to ask for a culture roll, unfortunately, that is not an option.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Insight or Arcana to see if you know which language this is.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, you have no clue.
What are you looking at, Joker?
They put a weird seasoning inside my goblet.
Oh, weird see. Also, don't drink that.
Ooh, look at me, I'm drinking it. And I do the fake drinking trick.
Okay. So T, I'm assuming what languages does T know?
That is a good question. I know languages. I know Common, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. So you see a note written. You see the note in his hand is written in Sylvan.
Oh. It's
And part of it is the ink's run in part of it.
Joker, did you pour water on this? Joker?
Oh. They put this weird seasoning packet inside my goblet.
It's a note. And This
If it
is.
was no, it would say something.
It does. In my native language.
What does
Oh,
it say?
then here, I'll mage hand and bring it over to her.
How much of
Okay,
it can
I'm
I
going
decipher?
to. Well, I'm going to omit part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's in your goblet too.
Because.
Or am I the only one that has it?
Okay, maybe I need to bring that up on something else because I don't think I can copy and paste there. Give me just a couple minutes here. There we are.
You are a menace sometimes.
I mean,
I
I am a kobold.
thought wizards were supposed to be intelligent.
I'm not perceptive. That's different.
And yet you can't even recognize the precursor to Elvish, Sylvan. Come
My
on.
ears are shit.
They are very similar languages.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this ink was not very good to start with. Alright, so what have we got? Find Illig, the Baron of Muck, and its run. And the next line is the Rev and its run. Unreadable. I assume they left this note here for us, for something we need to do. Damn it, Joker.
Sorry, I'm going senile.
Ah,
It's very rare to meet a kobold as old as me.
what are you, 12?
Oh, ha ha ha. Just triple that number.
Okay. So. If you're ready to speak with the king once again, right this way.
Yes, I assume we're heading back to the...
Gazebo?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yep.
the dread gazebo.
You see this, see Bullywug just cowering in fear as he looks at it. He's got a name tag on him for some reason that says Eric.
Oh, come. It's only a regular gazebo. Clearly it's not eating anyone.
He just sort of shakes his head and runs away. As you pass by, you see an arrow stuck into one of the pillars.
People hear a tale once, and they just become paranoid.
Yes.
I'm not
it
even...
wasn't
The arrow stuck
that
into it.
actively. terrorizing the area until recently.
The tale's not even from a reputable bard.
On the arrow stuck into the pillar, does it look like it was shot in any particular direction, as in at anything in particular?
Well, the bullywug had a bow, so logic would state that he probably shot it himself.
Does it look like it came from his location, or was it towards him, or...
It looks like it was shot by him at the gazebo.
Okay.
Asa, have you not heard the tale of the Dread Gazebo?
I can't say I have, no.
Oh, I will tell you once this is completed. I'll let you know, although I will tell you that the bard it is from is not a reputable source.
I see.
Okay. So it appears the king is busy talking to someone right now. So, what do you guys want to do while you wait? Or are you going to interrupt?
I don't know, he's actively talking to someone.
Is there anything we can sample? I mean, they are having a meal. They can share.
There's some bugs being passed around in trays, and just people talking, gossiping, possibly plotting and scheming. I mean, judging by
Yeah,
this, someone's got to be, right?
Yeah.
So, there are 5 guards, and aside from the king, let's see here, 8 nobles in the area. So, if you wanted to ask about the note, you could.
I'd like to take an order, please.
Oh, try that one. It's really squishy.
Oh, sure. Here.
There's a plate of
And that one's
deep
crunchy.
fried. Yep, it's a plate of deep fried caterpillars.
They're really tasty.
And I'll
I
plus one
will-
to each of the kobold kids.
Thank you.
Parser declines his, but Relt sort of looks at it a bit confused. This is a bug.
Yeah, but they're tasty.
Lots of kobold kids grow up on bugs. I guess you must have grew up on something different in the orphanage.
They don't serve bugs in the orphanage. They tell us not to eat bugs.
Bugs are fine if they're cooked. See, these are cooked, so
Look
they're
how nice
fine.
and crispy this is. Look, I'll taste it. No.
Okay. Look. I trust you, and he will eat the caterpillar.
And Jaxie will just aggressively chomp on one.
It tastes pretty good. Plate of bees tasted like less salty peanuts. This tasted more. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've actually eaten caterpillars, so I don't actually know what they taste like.
If it's been fried,
uh,
it'll have a kind of almondy taste to it.
Okay. Then it tastes. I'll trust your judgment. So it tastes similar to an almond.
It's juicy on the inside, but crunchy on the outside. So I go squish.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be.
Want me to get you more?
Wait, does that one have moss on it?
I don't know. I squint. Does it?
Well, let's take a roll to find out if it has moss on it or not. It
Who
does
knows?
not have moss on it.
Aww. I wanted to have a conversation about how to sort out moss, but okay.
How about I go up and get you three a nice plate of everything? All sorts of things that they have.
Yay.
And I'll do
Alright.
that instead of progressing the plot.
All right, Parser, what are you doing?
I'm unsure.
I'm assuming T's related the the contents of the ruins of the note to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Is that some kind of owl? Doesn't seem like the place for a dog. Does it seem like the king and the person he's speaking to are having an argument?
A discussion of some sort. You never really can tell sometimes. Honeyed words may actually be barbs. And intrigue probably abounds here, judging by the number of heads that adorn the spikes there.
In an attempt to better understand the emotional situation going on, Parsha's going to have Oxy use the emotional touch thing that lets me read their emotions.
Okay. You find a bunch of people. Who are you trying to read here?
Let's go for the king first.
Okay. You get fear and suspicion. You're not
Okay.
entirely certain if it's from the person he's speaking with or just in general.
Okay. I'll mentally relay this to T.
I will ask one of the other frogmens who it is the king is speaking to in such a...
Oh, just someone wanting to rebuild all these pathways.
Well, that would seem a sensible thing to do, would it not?
Well, yes, but he's suggesting the building material to be cheese. I don't know why he's got it in his head that that's a good idea.
Cheese is a famously poor building material.
I know, the moon's made out of it. And it goes missing every month. And they have to rebuild it every month. Right, Miss T?
I'm not
Yes,
sure
Rusty,
that's how it works.
that's right. That's exactly right, Rusty. Oh dear. Rusty, why don't you ask Mr. Scape how it works?
Would wood or stone not be better options? They're certainly more abundant than cheese.
Well, he says because wood rots. No one's told him that cheese goes bad too.
In fact, cheese rots much faster than wood.
Yes. But of course, he's stating that aged cheese is still edible. But still, not everyone is bright around here.
Well, perhaps you should suggest that cheese be brought in as a way to breed certain insects. Cheese itself is edible, but you can also make even more edible things from it.
That is true.
If you suggest that over his silly, foolish idea, well, would that not make you appear to be the wiser man?
Not a bad idea. I think I'll go do that. He gets up and approaches the king to go suggest that.
I'm going to just enjoy watching the manipulation of the court that I'm pulling.
All right. Joker, I think we've come back to you.
Okay. So, do you kids like everything here?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
but I don't like one thing.
Oh. What is that?
How squishy the ground is.
Oh yeah, but
It's between my
the
toes and
ground's
under.
been so squishy ever since we've been here.
It's between my toes and
Yeah,
under my claws and on my
everything's a swamp.
tail. And it's just not nice.
Hmm.
It
Let me
would
think.
be better to fly over everything if we could.
Flying would be fun. Flying was
Is-
fun.
Yeah.
If only your wings still worked.
They do. I've still got another one use of them. I'm saving it.
Yeah,
I think you.
just like I'm
Oh,
saving
right,
my
you-
spiders.
Yeah.
They're the perfect trap.
Yeah, the spiders wouldn't like the swampy stuff either, so just hang on to them for now.
No, but they make giant webs. And they trap things in their webs. But I don't want to use them. Because they're the perfect trap.
Yeah, they're a perfect trap. You can't waste them.
Exactly.
Is that what Jaxie believes, or because that's actually what the spiders do, if I remember right.
The push cast.
They cast the spell
Spider climb.
web. Oh no, they cast spider climb. She believes they cast a web.
Okay.
She's,
go with
she's got it in her head that they cast web and not spider climb.
Okay. Okay, just double checking there.
Yeah. No, I have it properly written in her sheet what they do.
All right, no worries then.
She's just confused. She's a child. There's a lot happening.
Yep. You're also soft and cuddly.
Very cuddly. She loves cuddling them.
Okay.
Do they have chairs that they're sitting in?
They're sitting on pretty much blankets or mattresses on the ground, which are probably just as wet as the actual ground now.
But they're frogs, so they're fine with it.
Yep.
Eh.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Oh,
I'll take out my bedroll and I'll cast levitate on it.
Jeez.
Okay.
Here, and now it's a magic carpet that they can sit on.
For 10 minutes, that's...
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
it's 10 minutes away from the muck, at least.
you really are the best wizard.
He is.
Oh, I'm glad someone thinks
thank you.
so.
Hey, this is cool. You can just make a magic carpet whenever you want.
Temporary magic carpet. But yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. My feet are getting dry now. That's good.
Don't have to worry about trench foot.
Trench foot on scales
if-
would be horrid.
I wonder if T's conversations are going well.
T, you see another courtier approaching you. This one's got a wine glass or a wine goblet, and they hand it to you.
Hmm.
You notice it doesn't feel like it's actually filled with anything. You look down, and there's another note in it.
I bring it up to my lips and read the note while it's there.
Okay, let me actually grab the full transcription of this.
Thank you. I give the guy a nod and just, like, with one finger out from the cup, just point around and tilt my head to the side.
You see just a dip of the head, and then he sort of disappears into the lack of a crowd there. 13 people's not much.
Okay. I will move over to Passer and whisper into his audio receptors what we need to do. And what we need to do is find Illig, the Baron of Muckstump, at once. The revolution lives.
He nods and he's having a look around to see if he can see anyone that might match that description.
Well, you don't actually know what he looks like. No description has really been given. That was all that was in the note.
Yeah.
I whisper to Passer, I assume he's not here. And the crowd.
Yes, but we may be able to get information from the crowd.
Do you have a way to talk at range?
How discreetly?
Very.
Then yes, I can project my voice into the mind of. I need to actually look up the feature.
I am going to. Do you remember earlier there was, when we caught the fire, there was another fancy frog?
Yes, I recall that.
And I am going to step around and just surreptitiously dip away from the court. Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage here because I don't know that anyone's really paying that much attention.
Good thing it's advantage. The first roll was a 2. Okay. 24.
Okay, no one notices you are gone.
Yep. And I just move through and around into the other building. To where I'm assuming our fancy guy still is.
Okay, so the burned out building. Well, you see it's looking a little better, and people are some of the bullywugs are now repairing a balloon. It looks like it was mostly intact already, but it now looks like it's doing much better.
I come up to the ones that are repairing them and just ask them, excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know where one Illig is, would you?
Huh. That's supposed to take a lot longer. Give me a moment. I actually have to figure out where he's supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay. There we are. Alright. Oh, Illig, he lives in, he's at, the hut.
There are many huts.
Hang on.
Can we
need
be
to
a
find
little more
map still.
precise?
There's that map. Yes. You head down. It's back across the river. If you keep going clockwise, it's the second hut you'll come to. It'll be on your right. It's past the dead tree.
So, this one?
Yep, that one.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have been most helpful. And I will slink back around, rejoining the party without really disturbing anyone, and just casually moving my way back around to Paso.
Okay. So, Joker, after that whole conversation has happened between the king and the two courtiers, resulting in the king making a rather bizarre, some bizarre rulings about a test road being made of cheese and some experiment with cheese and worms. He gestures for you to come over.
Hello, my liege. How may I assist you?
Well, you're looking quite nice. So, the favor I'd like to ask, you see, I may have done some things that might reflect badly.
Oh dear.
Badly on whom?
Well, on the court, Lorna. See, she's rather mad at me. So I had this book stolen, borrowed from her. I need it returned. She's not happy with me. It's her big book of bad blood. She writes in it every now and then, when she's angry at someone. So I'd like you to return it to her and, convince her that...
I'm the one who borrowed it?
No, that someone else stole it. I mean, I certainly didn't. I took it from someone who did.
Okay.
So, really, I'm not
what
asking...
you like the least?
Well, I don't need you to blame anyone, really. I've stepped on enough toes as it is, simply by being king, and that dratted fairy dragon escaping.
Oh. Why was he captured here in the first place? If I may ask.
Well,
It seems like a fairy dragon would be someone who would be revered around here, I think. That's just an opinion of a kobold.
but if those lot are to be believed, well... Those lot are to be believed. And he sort of gestures towards the heads. Well, maybe once they would have been. But now, well, we don't really need the Fey courts stepping in. They just make a mess of things.
Dangerous weapons.
Oh.
Well, right now...
What
Right
do you
now,
want me
I
to say? What do you want me to say where I got this book from when we meet up with her?
Well, you can tell her that someone stole it, and I was able to that we were able to find him, and I had you return the book.
Okay. That totally doesn't sound like it has a lot of plot holes, but okay, that's what I'll say. You can count on me.
Well, I appoint you as my emissaries in this regard, and I insist you go to the hag with all due haste.
I was right.
Alright, will do. By the way, what kind of book is this that he's given me anyways? He called it a Book of Bad Blood.
That's...
And she writes in it whenever she is mad at someone?
It's pretty much just a journal.
Oh. Oh.
A journal where she writes about how much she hates people.
Kind of a boring one-note book, but okay.
And also what they did to make her hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Joker, do you have some way to determine if the book itself has magical properties?
Oh. I mean, I guess I can look at it more. Just kidding, I have detect magic.
It's one way to look at it.
Sure.
You would drop the magic carpet, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it'll gently float down. That's what happens when levitate ends.
Yeah.
And if you're casting it as a ritual, it would take 10 minutes to cast anyway.
not doing that. We'll cast Identify on it.
It's just
Instead.
a pretty ordinary book. Surprisingly, there's no real magic in it.
Wow. For a magical being, one would think she'd at least block her diary.
Yes.
Well, let's read it. Let's flip to a random page.
Oh dear. That's not a good idea.
It's not like she'll know that we've read it. Besides, I bet this king dude already read this book.
Yeah, but if she finds out, she'll put your name in it.
Well, we'll just see how easily she gets ticked off. Then maybe all of our names will be in it by the end of today.
None of them if today goes right.
Well, from what everyone says, I feel like even the slightest slight will put your name in the Book of Bad Blood.
Joker, I feel we'll have a very pointed conversation.
Hmm?
I feel we are going to have a very pointed conversation.
Yeah. Fine, I won't read this book.
You're probably best not to right now. You don't know if she's currently watching or not.
If she was currently watching them, wouldn't that king guy be dead for being in possession of this book in the first place?
Not necessarily. He is, after all, returning it, is he not?
Correction, we're returning it on his behalf. And we're returning it because we got it back from whoever stole it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So he has recovered it and is ensuring that it is returning. Therefore,
Yes.
he is returning it.
Yes.
I can't stop you if you really want to read it. I just don't think that's a good idea. Oh, that's some nice music. Where's that coming from?
You see the courtiers just sort of look up as they play the music.
Oh,
By the way, how are you enjoying this meal? Did you even eat anything yet?
I mean, like, I've had worse than caterpillars.
That's not a positive thing to say about the meal.
I mean, like, they're certainly not my preferred choice, but they're not bad.
Okay, well, it's... By giving me this book, I think the king has essentially arranged for our meeting with Belvonia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that sounds.
Is there anything else you want done before we go over? Or until we're escorted over?
Well, we've got a tricky situation. As I'll just make sure that the courtiers can't hear anything at all. We've been requested by members of the court to seek out an individual about a revolution. And I've obtained the residence of this person, and they are not currently here in the court. Which would mean that they're most likely currently in their point of residence. But
That would make sense.
we are also dressed fancy to see Alphorna. So, put it up to you two. What we do first? Talk to the hag or talk to the frog?
I feel like talking to the hag is the end-all be-all of this situation. Seeing as
Agreed.
depending on how
That has been our goal.
depending on how that goes, we either resolve things and we're good, or worst case scenario, we probably shouldn't come back to Hither anymore.
Well,
Yes.
if the king is subservient to the hag and the revolution wants to remove the king, I don't think they're subservient to the hag. So if we have a pointed conversation, then we should have the revolution be in much better stand easily.
We're only going over. You said we're only going over to talk to him. No one said anything about agreeing to it yet.
No, but if we have a pointed conversation with the hag first...
Then
do we talk to the frog or not?
I would say no. I'm not really that into frog politics after we're done here.
Do you remember what my father also said? Do not take the children anywhere near Valvorna. And now we've had it confirmed that she's a hag. We do not take the children anywhere near her. Which means we need to leave them here. Which means that we need to come back.
Yes, that is true.
So it's probably better we don't incite a revolution right now. Since right now, the current king has arranged an audience for us right now.
Quick question. Did I actually give the kobold kids any gold or any money to spend?
The
Or did they pick up any?
Jaxie has 1 gold piece.
Okay.
Yeah, so does Relt. He's not planning to spend it, but he has it.
And T doesn't have much in the way of coin.
Okay.
He is
Yeah, I
sitting
don't
on
think-
5 gold.
Archer has... That can't be right. 55? Oh yeah, we got 50 at the beginning, didn't we?
Yeah. I forget. Did Joker spend that on something? Yeah,
Huh?
T was supposed to get a
What?
portion of the gold as well, if I remember right. She is technically a part of the team.
Did we get any gold at some point? I forgot.
Yes,
Yeah.
from the guy in the pumpkin patch. No, it wasn't.
I
It
also...
was from... I forget.
Oh, right. You guys slew a troll in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
But it was specifically Joker and Pasa that slew a troll.
Yes.
And T was at the orphanage
Yeah.
where Joker and Pasa met up with her for the Kobold Kid quest.
Yeah.
And T refused payment for the troll because she was not involved in the troll.
Okay. So yeah, I'm assuming Parser probably was supposed to at some point have given Joker 25 gold for that.
Yeah, that's... He definitely would have done that. He's not hoarding the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so Parser, go ahead and take 25 gold off. Joker, go ahead and add 25 gold to your inventory.
Okay. Anyways, T, why do you want this revolution to happen anyways? It sounds like it's a given at this point.
You've seen what Belforna turned my father into. A thieving brigand instead of a good man that was an adventurer of some renown.
Yes, but to me, this revolution, it just involves the Frog Kingdom, doesn't it? Are they rebelling against Belvorna
That's
too?
why I want to talk to the revolting frog. So that I know what their intentions are. Or whether we make the
Everyone here is
conversation.
scared witless of Belvorna. I bet he's only planning to overthrow this king and nothing else.
If that is his intent, then perhaps we have a pointed conversation with the revolting frog.
What can we offer that'll make them also want to go against White Claw?
I don't know.
Freedom from tyranny.
They live in a monarchy. Tyranny is an eventuality.
Not necessarily. Not all kings are tyrannical. I mean, like, look at this one.
My statement, I didn't mean that all kings eventually become tyrants. I mean eventually, as long as a monarchy exists, a tyrant will come along at some point.
Yes, I would generally agree with that.
But there isn't one right now.
Yes, right now,
And what is
Burn
more...
King
And
has
what...
given us an audience.
What the current king has given us an audience. But the part of that is why we also know the current king is quite incompetent. However, he has made a good decision regarding the cheese. What was a stupid decision regarding the cheese? But at least some of the decision was good. And all it took was a little whisper in the ear of
Hearing
one
about
frog.
that, what was that all about?
Oh, I was just manipulating the courtly politics of the frogs.
Is that... Well, I suppose it must have been wise, but...
Well, he was suggesting using cheese as a building material. I suggested to one of the other ones that cheese can be used as a livestock feed for certain insects. Worms, grubs, bugs, stuff like that. So... See? Needled him to put that suggestion forward, and the king is now has mandated that a test of both, one being used as a way to grow more food, and the other as a construction method. Both are going to end up being a way to grow more food.
Yeah.
Where on earth do they get cheese from?
One would assume a trader of
You're
some
gonna say
sort.
cows?
Oh, cows, goats, sheep.
Really? Cows, goats, sheep, grazing on a swamp.
I didn't say
Have you
they were
seen
grazing.
any said cattle?
I didn't say they were grazing in this swamp. We know that. I know that thither has grasslands. Perhaps they have a
It
trader
used to
coming
be a
in from there.
grassland.
Perhaps they get trade. Obviously, cheese must be accessible for them to even think about it.
Yes, that is true.
Well, it could be rabbit cheese.
That's an uncomfortable thought.
Fine. I don't see any downside of at least hearing the guy out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go talk to him
Alright.
first.
Okay.
All right. As you watch, as you're leaving, you see a bullywug dressed something like a maid step up. She's rather dirty looking. She takes two of the kobolds by the hand and starts leading them away. She hands them She hands them 10 gold pieces each and starts bringing them over to here.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Come on, loves. I think you'd have some fun with a little bit of a shopping trip.
There's
Excuse
a store
you.
around here? And you want to take our kids to do that? Without our
Sure.
permission?
Okay, maybe not then. Just trying to think of something for them to do as well as kind of show you guys another spot of the area. So
You didn't even ask our permission.
We're about to have some dead frogs around here if you continue that course of action, ma'am.
of course not.
Now, let's try this again. Hello, what is it that you'd like today?
We would like to take the children on a small shopping trip. There's a small shop just off the, just behind the cells there.
Oh, what kind of shop?
It sells bits and bobs, trinkles, baubles, and charms, and all sorts of stuff.
A souvenir shop, okay. They'll have a blast in there. Though, you will have to keep an eye on them. They get a little rambunctious about trinkets.
Hey,
Of course.
anything for making traps with?
Perhaps.
Can we go?
I thought you said anything could make traps.
Anything can make traps if you think sideways enough. And it perhaps is enough.
Okay.
I just want to go shopping. Can we go now? Please?
Can we please go?
Please?
We'll take the closet with us.
All right.
Okay. You guys go.
So, the bullywug takes you over to what looks like a basket tied to a storm cloud. It's a very big basket. All in all, it looks like this. Oh. No, that's... Please tell me that actually did something.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. I'll use a different method of doing that then. So I don't want to create a handout. Let's see here. Come on. Wait, no, I think that was the right one. Alright, there we go.
Picture this. Pictures are actually working.
Yes, that would be lovely. No, that is not what I clicked on. Okay, well, I'll just do it like that then.
That's certainly one way to...
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I can click it from there.
Yep. Sorry, clicked on that.
That is really cool.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
that's really impressive.
Yeah.
As you approach, you see a sign mounted above the window that reads "Wondrous Wares and Fair Fares." Okay.
How
Now,
fair are the
you see-
fairs?
The fairest fairs on the island.
Yeah, if there's not any other fairs, then they're also the least fair fairs.
You could say that.
Well, yes, because I did say that.
All right, so they look. This is more kind of a frightening version of them, but the two people behind there look like that. Jump scare.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh!
Slightly less frightening than that, because they're probably not armed like that.
What on earth are they, though?
They're darklings.
Ooh, why do they call them Darklings?
Hello. Hello there. Have you come... hello, children. Have you come to browse our wares?
We
Yeah.
have.
Well, we have some fun things for you. Why, I have here in my collection a very good thimble, though the fingertip is not included.
What?
Or perhaps this dusk mallow pie with decorative bite marks would be more your style.
Why
A
would we
pie
want?
that has bite marks?
Why would we want a bitten pie? Somebody else has already bit
Oh.
it.
Well, how about this? And he holds up a monocle.
I want it.
This is
What
a...
does it do?
well, what are you willing to pay for it?
I am willing to pay 1 gold piece.
1 silver piece.
Tell you what. I'll trade it for the rhythm in your step.
No, thank you.
What?
No, thank you.
What do you mean by that?
I think he wants to dance, but he can't. So he wants to take our ability to dance first.
I don't want to be clumsy.
It's okay, I can't dance, so I don't think I can trade that.
Why, you still can try. I'll still
I
take
can
the rhythm of
try
your
to
step if
dance?
you'd like it.
No, I
Would
don't.
you like to try? Well, young man, young kobold, young man, would you like to trade your the rhythm in your step for this monocle?
Oh, I don't really want the monocle, but Mr. Skate does. Can he trade his pep in his step instead?
He winks at you.
What does the
I
monocle
think
Oh,
do?
What? Who knows?
What
but
does the monocle
why?
do?
Mr. Skate wants to be fancy.
it is the moon. It is a moonlight monocle.
But what does that mean?
Why, it lets those who can't see in the dark see in the dark.
But we can all see in the dark.
But can Mist escape?
Oh. Oh, you know, I've never noticed how much he can see.
Well, if none of this is
Maybe.
interest to you, we do have some candy here.
Candy!
What
Oh my
kind
gosh,
of
oh my gosh!
candy?
Jaxie, there you have candy here!
No.
We have caramels and sugar crystals and jawbreakers.
Oh, no to the jawbreakers. I like my jaws.
Yeah, I don't want to have my jaws be broken. That sounds painful.
Yeah, but like some of the other ones, like caramels, I'd trade things for. What would they cost?
Hmm.
1 copper
I
piece.
think 1 silver for 10 caramels will do.
Oh, I only have my 1 gold. I didn't want to trade that. Never mind.
It's okay. That with 1 gold piece, we can buy 100 caramel pieces.
Is that how the math works?
Why,
I
yes,
thought
it
it would give
is.
us 1,000.
No,
It's
with 1 silver piece, you get 10 pieces.
I thought a silver
So
piece
with
was worth
10 silver
100 gold
pieces-
pieces.
You get 100 with 1 gold piece.
Dang it, now I've actually
It
got to look
still
at
means that
money.
I'd have to
So
get rid
does
of my
that
gold
mean 1
piece.
gold
I
piece is
don't want
worth
to
1
do that.
copper piece?
Why, no. Now I've got to actually look up money, because money's always been my weakest point here.
Isn't 1 gold piece equal to 10 silver pieces?
Yes, which is equal to 10 copper pieces, so it's 100 copper to a gold.
Oh, that's what I'm getting confused with. Yeah.
I'm not saying that. That's out of character clarification.
Wait.
Real doesn't know.
I mean, to be fair,
No,
at
I
this
was
point, I don't
getting
know if
confused.
Jaxie believes anything out of
I was getting
Mischief
confused
now.
between gold and platinum. It's okay.
Imagine giving kids 10 platinum pieces to shop with.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so 1 copper is worth 1 gold is worth 100 copper. Or 2 electrum. Alright.
Only stinky dwarves use electrum.
Hmm.
That's what Miss Mary told us.
Well, we don't see much electrum around here anyway.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that catches your fancy, though? Or would you like the caramels?
Well, what else do you have?
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I mean,
Do you have any earrings?
He rummages around for a little bit and comes up with a little iron stud.
oh,
I'll give it to you for 1 silver.
Okay. Now,
He places.
give my 1 gold piece to... and wait for 9 silver back.
He ducks down and out of a pouch takes out 9 silver and places it on the counter right next to the earring.
Thank you. Does the earring do anything special?
No.
Mr. Skip wants to know. Okay, that's fine. And I'll pin it on Mr. Scape's ear.
God. Mrs. Gabe's fancy.
Yeah.
He's a fancy man now.
All right. And on that note, we will end that there.
Okay.
All right.
Once again, lots of fun. Thank you very much. And bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Or a good
Bye.
day,
Yourself.
wherever you're located.
Yeah.